Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about how I wrote the essay for this question here. To what extent is it true that the main responsibility for mitigating the effects of hurricanes is that of the government and not the individual citizen? You know that your regular essay starts out by having your introduction. Then you want your body paragraphs. And in my body paragraph today, I'm going to talk about yes, it's more of the government's responsibility to mitigate the effects through education. So that's one of my points today. And also precautionary measures. And of course, I'm going to get into what I mean later when I start writing the actual essay. After your body paragraphs, you always want to sum up your essay with a conclusion, right? So, yeah, the thing with Carib is Carib doesn't doesn't require you use a certain word limit. I think you can write to your heart's content, but if you can get to the point, get to the point. Because I'm talking about me personally, I don't like to read long essays. If it could have been said shorter. So keep that in mind. Your marker is human. So if it's don't fill your essays with a lot of nothing, for the lack of better words. Your introduction must start with a hook. Then I like to follow this structure. You don't have to, but I like to follow it. So you need a hook, then you need a leading statement, and then you need a thesis statement. And a thesis statement is your argument, basically telling us what you're going to talk about in your essay without saying this essay will speak about. Some people do it, but I don't. But you can say in this essay we'll discuss and blah blah blah. But I like to drop that first part of my sentence. In this essay I'll discuss and just tell you what I'll discuss. So my hook today is, for my introduction, I have during the months of June to November in the Caribbean, the sun usually heats the ocean surface to high enough temperatures which make it possible for winds exceeding 74 miles per hour to be manifested. You're usually told that a hook can be a definition, a quote, a bold statement or something controversial, an analogy, an anecdote, whatever, right? Most people's go-to is a definition, right? Here I've used the definition as my hook. I have used the definition of what exactly a hurricane is as my hook, and I didn't go the typical definition route where I said that hurricanes are defined as blah blah blah. Didn't want to give away what I'm talking about too quick, so I gave context for the Caribbean while defining what a hurricane is. So this right here is my hook. During the months of June to November in the Caribbean, the sun usually heats the ocean surface to high enough temperatures which make it possible for winds exceeding 74 miles per hour to be manifested. Then, after my hook, my leading statement is going to put or lead it to my argument, put it into more context. So this entire part here, at this specific time, many Caribbean territories experience many different meteorhydrological disasters, primarily hurricanes. At this time of year, one is better off prepared than not, as it is often said to be better safe than sorry. This is my leading. This is what I'm leading with, and I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm going to go blue because I like blue, right? Then, most often, it is the government's responsibility for mitigating the effects of hurricanes in the Caribbean through education and precautionary measures. Here, I have provided you with my stance. I'm going to argue that it is the government's responsibility more than the individual, right? And that's it for my introduction, so we can cross that out. No, I'm going to go into my first point, and as I said, that's a body paragraph, and I'm going to speak about education or educating the public and also having precautionary measures put in place, right? So my first paragraph is going to look something like this. I transitioned by saying, firstly, a hurricane is a foreseeable event, therefore, an unrecoverable disaster is simply a representation of poor disaster preparedness and hazard management. This is called signposting. I have stated my point so you know exactly what I'm going to talk about in this paragraph. Then I thought that I started with such a bold statement because I am saying that if a country is hit by some disaster and they can't recover from that, it's the government's fault. And so I thought that I would need something to back up this statement, so I went with my evidence next. Generally, whenever I'm writing essays, I use the P format: point, evidence, explain. So I state my point, I provide evidence for my point, and then I'm going to explain how the evidence links to my point, or basically wrap it up. So I said, according to the Office of Disaster Assistance, between 1900 and 1988, 2/3 of the region's territory's disasters were caused by hurricanes, with the majority being in Jamaica and Haiti. This therefore suggests, so here, that's my evidence, right? Evidence. Then I'm going to, as I said, explain what this has to do with my point, right? So basically telling you what I've highlighted in green has to do with what I've highlighted here in yellow at the top here. This therefore suggests that hurricanes are indeed no strangers to the Caribbean and should be expected as an annual guest rather than a traveler who is unsure if they can afford the trip this year. As I said, I like to make essays interesting. So here I'm using a metaphor to get my point across, right? So with this in mind, it is safe to say that it is the government's duty to sensitize the public on the threats hurricanes pose to the Caribbean and how to prepare for the threats, as well as how to deal with the different emergencies that may arise during the occurrence, that means during the hurricane, and the aftermath. So all of this could be basically considered my explanation for the point that I have made. Then wrap it up. Kind of summarize the point, right? So through utilizing billboards, television, and radio advertisements, a wide variety of citizens in the Caribbean territories can be reached. So you can't have any excuses. Then your next paragraph will continue by either introducing another point or elaborating on the point you've made here. My second paragraph started with a quote. Here I wanted to re-engage my reader. So I said, additionally, the writer Percy Shelley made famous these words: "To him that hath, more shall be given, and from he that hath not, the little that he hath shall be taken away." No, what does this have to do with anything at all? Anything at all, bro. What does this have to do with anything? You might be wondering. So, re-engagement, another hook here. So hooks don't have to only be in your introduction. They can be placed here for re-engagement. In other words, the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. What's your point? Disasters such as hurricanes cause loss of lives primarily due to drowning and loss of housing. This is often experienced by those who live in low-lying areas, often not approved by different municipal corporations in the Caribbean. So this is my point. Disasters such as hurricanes, blah, blah, blah. This is often experienced by those who live in low-lying areas, often not approved by different municipal corporations in the Caribbean. It is best to face the reality that most often it is those rather who have no choice but to inhabit squatter settlements that do. They do not take residence there because they want to, but simply because they have to. Therefore, and this was practically what I used as my evidence, or yeah, I guess you can call it evident, both explaining my point with a well-known fact, I guess. Therefore, during times of disaster, it is the government's responsibility to save the lives of people. And how will they do that? Through precautionary measures. Through engaging the private sector, many Caribbean lives can be saved. Just recently, Airbnb partnered with the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDMA, to provide temporary emergency housing during disasters. Here we go. So, yeah, that was my second point. I think, though, I'm going to add two more paragraphs to further drive my point, because I've just briefly spoken about it. And as I said, I don't really have a word limit, right? So this is what we have so far. Introduction, paragraph 1, paragraph 2. Here's another one for you. Furthermore, along with loss of lives, so I've stemmed what I'm continuing from what I've been saying so far. Hurricanes cause loss of social and physical infrastructure. This, my friends, again, signposting, letting you know what I'm going to talk about in this paragraph, right? In 2019, Hurricane Dorian, a Category 5 hurricane being the strongest cyclone ever recorded to strike the Bahamas. Here I have so far, I hope you've realized that I've been using different Caribbean territories for my examples. Earlier, I used Jamaica and Haiti. No, I'm stemming for an example, or not stemming, but reaching for an example from the Bahamas, right? Don't use only one Caribbean country to provide examples for your arguments, because that makes your argument flat, right? And you want to show the reader or the marker that you know what you're talking about. So try to find as many different examples that you can. So that's why Carib is one of those subjects that requires you to read. You need to read, get information, know what's happening, right? So in 2019, Hurricane Dorian, a Category 5 hurricane being the strongest cyclone ever recorded to strike the Bahamas, caused damage to over 61 facilities, totaling over $7 billion in damages to schools, hospitals, and housing. My point? So I provided evidence first. So another point is that you don't have to strictly follow the order point, evidence, then explain. You can actually do point, explain, evidence, right? So this is what I've done here. I've done point, explain, evidence, right? So point, evidence, then explain. Look at me chatting rubbish. So it is therefore important that these expenses be included in the Caribbean Territory's annual budget, also through establishing stronger Caribbean regional disaster response and management mechanisms. The different Caribbean territories can help each other in combating the challenges that arise with natural disasters. Then I'm going to go to my final point. Here I have, finally, the government in different Caribbean territories should implement the consistent cleaning of drains and gutters, as well as pruning trees which rest on electric wires. Signposting, stating a point. Boom. So what? That's the question. So this lessens the probability of light poles being pulled down by trees. Moreover, keeping drains cleared and cleaned has the ability to lessen the magnitude to which water levels rise, decreasing the likelihood of drowning. Road damage caused by flooding during hurricanes amount to approximately $2 million through ensuring that the Caribbean countries' roads have proper drainage. Cost of damage will be lowered dynamically, providing surplus funds to be utilized or better utilized in different sectors. This also limits road blockage and the time spent without electricity after the fact, allowing the economy to get up and running in a short time. So, here, this is my explanation. Yeah. And then I think I'm done, so I'll just sum it all up. And this is how I decided to finish. Thus, in all aspects of the country's economy and well being, the government is responsible for mitigating. Maybe I shouldn't say just responsible, heavily responsible. And that's leading me to talk about the issues I found with this essay after rereading it. So, must say, I wrote this essay in 2020 when I was going to high school, yeah. I don't have the grade, but I think I got full marks. Maybe I didn't. I don't know if I got the marks back for this. But yeah, I'm finding some issues with it, and I'm going to go over the issues that I'm finding with the essay in a bit. So here, heavily responsible, but not solely responsible. So, heavily responsible for mitigating the effects that hurricanes have on the Caribbean territories. It is the government's responsibility to provide enough information on how to prepare, handle, and come back from the disaster, to provide shelters, since I just changed this off the whim, on the whim, sorry, to provide shelters for those living in dangerous areas, and proper saving management or proper financial management. Let's take this out. Proper financial management to foster a quick economic recuperation. Okay, I think that's the essay. Let's read that conclusion once more to just ensure that everything is a-okay. Thus, in all aspects of the country's economy and well-being, the government is heavily responsible for mitigating the effects that hurricanes have on the Caribbean territories. It is the government's responsibility to provide enough information on how to prepare, handle, and come back from disaster, to provide shelters for those living in dangerous areas, and to exercise proper financial management to foster a quick economic recuperation. Yeah. All right, issues that I found with this essay. Here, I just said before I fixed it, the government is responsible for mitigating the effects that hurricanes have on the Caribbean territories. Since the question asked to what extent, I don't believe it's solely the government's responsibility, so I think an adverb was necessary there. So that's why I added heavily. Also, I had some punctuation issues which I fixed while I was typing it, so I won't get into that. Somewhere here, I said road damage caused by flooding during hurricanes amount to approximately $2 million. I don't know if that's Jamaican dollars, Bahamian dollars, US dollars, pounds. Yeah, and I don't know what country or where I got this number from. It just seemed to spawn out of nowhere. So I'm not really liking this, but it's necessary for my point. So maybe I should have included which country I was referring to. That's one thing. Or just provide a bit more context on that. Okay? Did this help? Watch another one. And don't forget to check the description box down below for the sample essay.